Some major updates surrounding this Boston Red Sox organization and the pitching in which they are going to be involved with if they are not already this offseason. I'm here to break down all the moving pieces as there are a bunch of them as of today. So let's get to it and break it all down. But before we start the video, remember, if you're a part of the 83.5% who are currently watching this video, not currently subscribed, please scroll down, click the subscribe button. It means the world to us. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys. But now let's get to it and break down the massive pitching updates we have surrounding this Boston Red Sox organization. And we're going to start with the young left-handed gas-throwing Garrett Crochet out of the Chicago White Sox organization. Now, we have heard multiple conversations surrounding Crochet, the White Sox, and this Red Sox organization for some time now, but now in the midst of this offseason, it seems like there are a bunch of reliable arms the Boston Red Sox are really going to pursue, and Garrett Crochet seems like one of the top arms out of that list. Now, I'm going to start with this quote, or from this with this tweet from Boston Sports Gordo, as he goes on to say, Buster Olney and Jeff Passan on Garrett Crochet. Going on to say, and I quote, I think it's a slam dunk. He's going to be traded. And the two teams I'm watching are the Mets and the Red Sox. And that's the end of the quote from Buster Olney. And then we go on the quote Passan, where he goes on to say, teams that are trying to acquire Crochet know that he will sign an extension. And that's the end of the quote from Jeff Passan. Again, both of the two of the biggest baseball insiders surrounding the game of the MLB, or the league of the MLB. And again, this is massive. Not only are the Red Sox in connections with Garrett Crochet, a left-handed arm we so desperately need to add to this starting rotation, but also the idea that once we do acquire him via trade, or whoever is lucky enough to then acquire him via trade, is most likely going to be in a very good position to then extend him a part of their organization, which is exactly what you're looking to do. You're looking to go out and acquire a young, dominant arm, and then once you have him, then extending his rights with your organization. So obviously it is a longer deal than just a single year. So that is what we want to see from this Boston Red Sox organization, really going out and signing someone like Garrett Crochet. And a thing to add on to this idea, again, from Boston Sports Gordo on Twitter, they go on to say the White Sox have an understanding that the Red Sox are unlikely to include top prospect Roman Anthony in a trade for Garrett Crochet, per Sean McAdam. Again, we've cited Sean McAdam a bunch on this account, and really, this is a massive piece of information for the Red Sox. Obviously, Roman Anthony has so much value, obviously, to this Red Sox organization, but as well as trade bait. And obviously, we have spoke about it on this platform before. We don't believe Roman Anthony would be one of those young prospects to be moved for this Boston Red Sox organization. He seems like he has just too much valuable at too young of an age, playing a position that is wildly important to this Boston Red Sox organization. So again, it's good to see that the White Sox are under the impression that he is not going to be moved in trying to go out and get Garrett Crochet, maybe Weiler Abreu, maybe a few other pieces that could possibly be moved for this Boston Red Sox organization that are already in the MLB, so you don't have to do the idea of having to put them in the farm system, allowing them to develop for some time before they actually get some use out of them. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see what it actually takes to go out and get Garrett Crochet, because if it doesn't take a lot, we could see other moves made this offseason for the Boston Red Sox. Now, along the side of the pitching needs that this Boston Red Sox team desperately needs, this is again from Sports Gordo on Twitter. He goes on to quote Jeff Passan when he was on a local podcast, where he goes on to say, with the Red Sox, everything has lined up for them up to this point, except their ability to develop starting pitching at the big league level. It's why it's why they're talking with Blake Snell, and why they're talking with Max Fried. Now, these two names we have heard on this channel before, especially Max Fried, as we've been discussing the idea of the Boston Red Sox going out and getting just to acquire notable and good arms. They don't have to be great. They don't have to be Cy Young winning arms. Again, it would greatly help, and we would greatly enjoy that, and it would improve this team amazingly. But again, we just need reliable arms. We need better arms than we had last season. And again, if we look at the rotation as of now, there's no lefties in the starting rotations. There's a few lefties obviously in the bullpen, but again, more help is desperately needed, whether they are left or right-handed pitching. We need more help in the rotation and really pitching overall. It's an obvious thing. Besides that, it's the right-handed batting. We've been there. We've talked about it multiple times on this channel. And again, Boston Sports Gordro, shout out to you on Twitter. Everything that we're citing so far has been from you. It's because everything's cleaner. We have the quote that we can break down as well as the picture. But again, Jeff Passan on Max Fried, he goes on to say, quoting Jeff Passan, he's exactly the sort of pitching the Red Sox would like to anchor their rotation as their ascent back to contention begins. And again, that's the end of the quote from Jeff Passan. We've spoke about Max Fried in the past on this channel. I would love to see him be acquired by this Boston Red Sox team. He's a great left-handed arm with multiple years of experience. And really, if you look from when the time he was drafted until now, it has just been a constant progression upwards for Max Fried. I know he's been in a great, phenomenal, one of the best organizations when it comes to just the development of players, whether it be in the field or at the top of the mound, whether it be pitching or coming out of the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves. But again, Max Fried has been there, done that, gained the experience in October as well as through games 1 through 62. Again, it seems like he is a well-equipped arm, not only with the talent and abilities, but again with the knowledge and the experience. It seems like he'd be a very great fit for this Boston Red Sox team. The only problem with this is it seems like he's going to land on the West Coast with those damn Dodgers, as he's a West Coast kid. He was seen when they won the World Series just a few days later. He's beloved by people in that organization as he has friends over there as well. Again, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. If the Red Sox can go out and make a big pursuit for Max Fried, it would be great to see him in a Red Sox uniform. But again, seems like a long shot due to the relationships he has out west. And the final name we are going to break down for possible pitching arms we see land in a Red Sox uniform is Blake Snell. Now, we know Blake Snell opted out of his contracts with the San Francisco Giants, and now is a free agent. I almost said unrestricted free agent. A free agent, and again, a notable arm the Boston Red Sox could go out and pursue due to him being a left-handed arm, him being very, very good, not only last year, but years prior. And again, it doesn't seem like he's going back to San Fran. It doesn't seem like they want to pay him the amount of money he's looking to acquire this offseason. And because of that, he's going to test the free agency market. I could see the Boston Red Sox almost overpaying for Blake Snell this offseason to add just the one and only left-handed arm in that starting rotation again, because we so desperately need one. It's going to be ugly if the Red Sox can't go out and get a notable arm to add to the starting rotation, if it left-handed, that is, because of the lack of left-handed arms we do have. It's going to put us in a big predicament, in a situation where we have to make a trade once the MLB season officially starts, if that were the case. Hopefully that's not the case, and we are still afloat. I'm going to look at a few of these numbers. These are from Blake Snell. This is Blake Snell's Baseball Savant. He was a damn good pitcher last year, had two no-hitters last season for the Giants. He was phenomenal, no way around it. Again, another very good arm I would love to see with the Boston Red Sox organization. I would love to see us acquire two of these guys. If we could get Crochet and Blake Snell, that would be huge. We'd be able to sign one in free agency and go out and trade for the other. I can't wait to see what the actual trade package would be for Garrett Crochet. Obviously, we've seen mock trades, hypothetical ideas about the idea of possibly moving Weiler Brayu and other talents and other players in the farm system for someone like Garrett Crochet, who again is a live-armed left-handed guy who's very young and has a lot of ability. But again, Roman Anthony isn't going anywhere, and he shouldn't. He is an elite talent at the top of the farm system that is stacked for this Boston Red Sox team. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about these three notable names possibly landing with the Boston Red Sox organization, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.